What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold, and today we're gonna talk about the paid services and the microtransactions that have been added into the game. And the whole idea about this was some guy sent me in-game mail, and he wanted me to talk about the new mount that was brought into the Blizzard store, the two-headed like Chimera Wyvern. And I figured, I'm gonna start there, and then I'm gonna talk about some more stuff that's kind of a little bit bigger. I think that the mounts and the pets and this whole idea of the level 90 that you can pay to get boosted up, I don't like it at all. I'm going to say that right off the bat so nobody is confused. I'm an old school player. I think that a lot of people have this understanding that because it's a subscription game, there's not going to be a lot of microtransactions. It's not pay to win. And I think that's why a lot of people play WoW, is that they don't have to deal with that. Personally, that's one thing that I like about it, is that somebody can't just go in there and buy a really good character and beat me. Like, I mean, that would fucking suck. That's the way Diablo is, and if Diablo was more like where you had to play with a lot of other people, that would piss me off a lot. But it's mostly just a single player game anyway, so it's not a big deal. But if it was, I would not like that at all, because it's not fair to a lot of people, because you can't put in as much time as somebody can just pay money, and it's unfair and it's not fun to me. For a lot of free-to-play games, I know there's a bunch of them. I don't really play any free-to-play games, but what I hear is basically uh, the microtransactions are basically how the game developer pays for the game, and I think that's great. And I think that's another business model, and it obviously works great for them because they keep making them. But I think that for subscription games, especially Warcraft, a lot of people have this understanding that because it's a subscription game, that there's not going to be a lot of paid transactions or anything like that. And that's especially true with this level 90 boost thing that they're talking about. And that's really kind of the main thing that I don't like, because the mounts don't really affect your gameplay. It's not like the Wyvern mount goes like 600% speed or something like that, and you can get places really fast. It doesn't really matter if you have them or not. They just look cool. But the fact that you can bypass, I'd say like over 50% of the entire leveling process just by paying money, I don't really think that MMOs are there's a lot to be said for a leveling process and having to level up your character, and just giving somebody level 90 for like, I don't know, like $10 or 15, it's probably like $25 or something like that. I don't really think that's a very good idea, and I don't think I think it like kind of detracts from the game. And there's also a lot of unintended consequences. Like if it's very cheap, it will definitely lower the amount of people who level up alts, and so it'll be harder for people to do dungeons at low level. And then, I mean, all the content that they redid for Cataclysm is going to be basically completely wasted, because there's going to be so many people who are going to be just leveling straight up to 90, because anybody that buys a new expansion is going to obviously take the level 90 boost. Like, I mean, yeah, I would do it. I mean, almost anybody would if you're starting a new game. Yeah, I'll boost myself all the way to level 90. I mean, anybody that doesn't know, I mean, you've only got 10 levels to go. So, I mean, hell yeah, I'd do that. Anybody would. And so, I don't really see how this is going to be actually very good for the game. And hopefully, I mean, hopefully they're just talking about it, but hopefully they'll change their mind. I really don't like the whole idea about it. And with the mounts, I was thinking about I made a video about this during Cataclysm, actually, and I was really mad about the Hardy aspects. And the end of the video, I was pouring salt in my hair, banging on my desk. I was so mad. I was so mad, and I'm still mad. I'm still mad. I'm gonna tell you guys why. Basically, in Dragon Soul, there are three mounts that you could get: with the Blazing Drake, the Twilight Harbinger, and the Lifebinder of Alexstrasza. And they drop from Deathwing Normal, the Glory of the Dragon Soul Meta, Glory of Dragon Soul Raider, and Deathwing Heroic, respectively. And all of these mounts were basically just reskins of the same, was it the Obsidian Sanctum Black and Twilight Drake that were added at the beginning expansion. Like, it was the exact same Drake, except for this one had really, really big horns on it, like Alexstrasza. And it didn't really look that cool either. It was kind of stupid. And so all three of these mounts were basically the exact same mount, but one was yellow, one was purple, and one was red. Okay? So it doesn't even really matter. And at the same time, they bring out this Heart of the Aspects mount, which is just absolutely, completely fucking awesome. and you just have to buy that for $25. So basically, instead of like making that a reward for the players that have worked hard for playing your game and everything like that, they instead made this mount $25. And so I think that mount should have been a reward for killing Heroic Deathwing, because it's a really cool mount and it adds content to the game. Like, every single mount that goes into the Blizzard store is not a mount that is a rare drop or from some kind of rare spawn or something like that people will go back and farm. So every time that they put a mount into the store, they're not putting more content into the game. And I don't really like that, especially, it's like the two-headed wyvern. I don't even know what it's called, honestly. Basically, the two-headed wyvern is also $25, and the Siege of Orgrimmar gory mount is a reskinned proto drake with armor on it, and it's the spawn of Galcras. Now, in my opinion, I think the spawn of Galcras should have dropped off Galcras, and that armored wyvern mount should have been a reward from the glory of the Orgrimmar Raider, because it's really hard to do, and it kind of diminishes players' efforts when all of the really cool, very well designed mounts are $25, and if you spend a lot of time and you work really hard to achieve basically the hardest thing that there is in the game right now, and the Reigns of Galcras is not hard to do, but it's the hardest raid achievement mount to get, I mean, arguably, and all you get is a reskin, it kind of makes your efforts seem kind of worthless, and I really don't like it. And a lot of the other mounts are pretty much the same. Like, there's like the Winged Guardian, which is like this really cool like flying Sphinx mount. And what is that? That's $25. Like, why was that not a reward from I don't know, like any number of things, like Glory of the Panda Raider or something like that? And Glory of the Panda Raider, what was that? It was just another reskin of the same flying serpent dragon that they have like 15 of them in the game. And oh wow, this one is, what color is that? I don't even remember. I think it's red. But yeah, it's bright red and it sparkles. And so it's just kind of disappointing that all of these mounts that are so absolutely awesome are just going straight to the Blizzard store, and there's no way that you can really obtain them in game. You can't really buy them with gold, so you have to spend money to get the coolest mounts in the game. I mean, defined by pixel count. Like, these mounts are the most detailed mounts in the game, outside of, like, I guess like Invincible and Nimrod's Head are very detailed. There's a few other ones that are very detailed, like Flame Talon of Alice Razor. And then the other day I saw that they were releasing a Ravenlord, a flying Ravenlord. You know, about time. Like, people have always thought about that, since Ravenlord does have wings. And I'm fairly certain that that's also going to be $25, just because of how much work they put into it. And I understand that Blizzard's a business and everything like that, and I think that's good, but at the same time, like, every mount that they put in for $25 is content that they don't put into the game. Like, if they just made that mount, like, drop from like some rare spawn somewhere, man, people would be everywhere. Like, look at those Warbringers, like the Warbringers that are all around Pandaria. Man, people are farming those all the time. I just killed somebody because they were killing Warbringer, and then I killed Warbringer. It was awesome. They sent me a tail. They were mad. It was great. It was a fun thing, and it happened in the game. I'm not going to have that much fun buying a mount from the store. And that's really what it comes down to. I absolutely hate these transactions, and I think that they detract from the game. And it's like, if I was Blizzard, I'd probably do the same thing, but I don't like them either way. I wouldn't like doing it. And so, I mean, you can take that how you will. I know Blizzard is I know Blizzard's a business, and I just wish that some of these like really awesome mounts were available in game, and they're reskins of the same mount that we've seen 1,000 times. Just, you know, we're just random drops, or, I mean, nobody's gonna pay $25 for Queens of Galacras, you know. I mean, think about that. And anyway, that's kind of all I got for you guys. Let me know if I'm an asshole. Let me know if I'm wrong, and you know, vice versa. Let me know if you agree. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.